Hi, my name is Saleem. I'm a special guest onto the podcast. Nice to meet you guys. Saleem1344 Instagram, hit me.
I'm a familiar voice. I'm Lee, the host, and I'm with Jamie again.
Yep,
Jamie. Watching Jamie.
Today we're doing Nekromantik. So instead of doing a review of two movies that we've already seen, we're going to be watching a movie that I've already seen.
But I haven't, and Saleem hasn't.
Yeah,
You have no idea what you're getting, so.
no, we haven't read nothing, no reviews, nothing, going in blind. I've never done this before, this is a new experience.
Alright, you just play the movie, Jamie, alright?
Also, the version of the movie we are watching is the Arrow Video Release restored version.
Okay.
Just for that fact, because so Arrow Video re-released this movie.
Right.
Restored.
Director's introduction.
Should we do
play the
introduction?
director's introduction?
Let's do it, man.
From Berlin, Germany, and you have the pleasure now to see a film of mine, Nekromantik.
They gave it an 18, so I'm guessing it was banned and they had to edit it down. Or
Or
was it released uncut?
This is the uncut version, but obviously they had to give an 18 certificate so they can actually sell it on DVD.
Right. Because sometimes, like with 18s, like with Human Centipede 2, they refused to give it an 18 and they just banned it. But when they made cuts to it, they released it as an 18. So I don't know if it did the same with this.
They just classified it as an 18 and then just gave it its full works.
Right.
Like you can buy the unrated cut of RoboCop.
Right, okay. Now it's starting.
I love how there's a warning sign that tells seen grossly offensive if you're not shown to minors.
I've already figured that out.
already in for a... Come on, hurry up. Jeez.
Can't rush someone when they're... You're
There's a really cool Richard Pryor joke
Mm.
where he's like, you know, as blokes when we go for a pee, you just can't stop, whereas a woman could just like stop.
Kind of feel like this isn't necessary, is it?
It's necessary to the storytelling element of this is actually.
But they've just taken the eyeballs out. So obviously, are they afraid that if they move him, his eye's just going to fall out?
or the makeup will fall off.
Oh. Yeah, I can see how it's important to the story. But I don't want to give anything away for Saleem.
Oh, what can we give away? That's the
I can't tell you anything. All I can say is it gets worse.
JSA.
Joe's Street Cleaning Agency. It isn't very clean inside though. Oh yeah, there is
Oh, there is not yet.
So you don't normally see that shot when somebody uses the toilet in a film. Like they normally have a different angle.
No, I know you're right. Like normally you'll see it behind the.
person and you're actually seeing them pee.
You're actually seeing them.
Tuck away just to say there's a lady left.
Oh, it's realism, isn't it? That's what people do.
Have a nice little fill down there. Make sure the boys are alright.
Make sure you use paper towels.
I don't know if people can figure out what we're watching yet. What kind of film this is.
Such an old school establishing shot. Zoom in.
Yeah.
What, like Hitchcock?
Yeah. What year is this?
It's played in the 80s. 87?
killed a rabbit.
Yeah, they actually killed a rabbit. It's a real rabbit. It's a real rabbit.
Yeah, it's a real rabbit.
You sure?
Could be a fake one from now. I haven't listened to the comment.
If I see at the end of this, no animals were harmed during the making of this film, or one of those things they have to put in every film.
But that could have easily been like
I
a
know
place
it's
that
going to
actually
be
has.
another lie.
That could easily be a place that has rabbits though, and they sell them for people to eat.
Yeah, man, I can see him, the director saying, yo, like, I need this shot from the film. Can you just skin live a rabbit? They'd be like, ah, cool. Fucking hell, man.
Like it's not as bad as Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal Holocaust is way worse. He was a turtle.
And he was being really nice to the rabbit as well.
It's dead now,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter anymore.
Germans with their guns. Well,
Oh, Americans with their guns. When did you first develop an interest in these kinds of films, Jamie?
what? These kind of
These
films?
kind of video nasty films of the 80s. What, I mean,
I think it was Evil Dead. When I watched the first Evil Dead. And then I noticed, obviously Arrow released all these films, re-releasing them. And because of the cool artwork, I was like, okay, I'll buy that because that's cool artwork.
Because of the artwork.
Literally because of
And you didn't
colour.
watch the film and think, I'm going to take it back.
No, I never watched the trailer for any of these movies. Like, I would look at the artwork and go like, that looks cool, I want to buy that.
Let's say you
That's
saw the film.
exactly my point. You didn't even watch the trailer, so you had no idea what the film was about.
No.
But you still... But now here we are watching it. You're watching it
Yeah.
a second time. So it wasn't just the artwork, was it? You have an interest in these gratuitous kind of movies.
Guess you'll go over and check if it's okay.
You don't give a shit.
Just slowly walking over.
Yeah,
Drink his
yeah,
beer.
yeah.
So what have I done?
Oh,
I killed
shit.
someone.
I shot someone.
He was picking apples from the orchard tree.
Remember, they're all desensitised to violence. So. Just Joe have his own commercial.
Yeah, we can have buddies.
Yeah, just where he says, he just explains, you know, my name's Joe. I harvest body parts from crime scenes.
This is where it gets more fucked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if the worst film you've ever seen is like a Tarantino movie or something, then you'd probably be quite shocked. Should we explain what's happening?
Go on, Lee.
Got a lead.
I wasn't saying I want to explain it, but one of you can explain what's happening.
What's happening?
Just some necrophilia, that's all. Nothing much.
Nothing much.
The woman is making out with the body.
Just, yeah.
But obviously, because the penis doesn't have any bones in it, she's had to make one herself and put a condom on it and stick it in the area where
Well,
the penis would normally be located, so she can then have sex with it like it's a real human being who's just unconscious.
This film was fucked up though.
In this case, with a skeleton.
Oh, don't forget the eye.
Oh, and then the gentleman's also
Don't forget the eye.
sucking the.
He's eating
ash.
the eye. They put the eye back in.
Well, it hasn't been cleaned in a long time. Remember, he hasn't got eyelids, so he can't blink.
Both main characters are now sucking on the skeleton. I mean, at least you put a condom on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the main thing, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you've got a condom, it doesn't matter. You can't get any other type of infection. or
Our
disease.
three main characters are getting it on.
One of them doesn't look like he's really into it.
Which one?
That's a fair assessment. mean, she's really enjoying it.
Oh, the eyes falling out.
I bet you any money that was not meant to happen, and it just happened, and the directors thought, yeah, fuck it.
When that you filmed that, it was like, keep going,
Keep
keep
going,
going,
keep
just
going,
keep going, keep going.
keep doing the skeleton.
This is the only film reel I have.
I mean, as an actor, to be able to do told to do this, I'll be like, whoa, okay, where's my life gone? Like, where's my sanity?
It must have taken them a lot of convincing.
Do you think they read the contract and the script before they were given this film?
Imagine that. Yeah, by the way, yeah, so you're gonna be fucking a skeleton. You
No
have-
problem.
And not only that, you're gonna have to suck on it.
Oh, well, I've done, yeah, and they'll just say, oh yeah, I've done plenty of that.
Yeah, that's alright.
So I've done lollipops when I was a child. You realise that I haven't had dinner yet. I've just finished work and I've come straight to Jamie's house to do this review, so I've got to have dinner when I get home, and
It's gotta put.
maybe I'd rather starve myself until tomorrow, until the memory of the film has hopefully
Faded away.
faded away
Yeah.
somewhat.
Do you think it'll ever fade away?
I don't know, I hope so, as far as that's concerned.
I mean, what's interesting is how they're just being so normal about it. It's a bit like, well, it's kind
It's a social commentary on how culture's desensitised to violence. This is just taking it to the extreme.
yeah. Oh, cool. No, he's not. Oh. Is he a cannibal?
He's forcing the cat to become a cannibal.
No, he's feeding the body parts to the cat that he's collected.
It's alright, he's just a necrophiliac. The cat's the cannibal.
Cat's just feeding the meat and it's like, bruh, you gave me this food, I'm gonna eat this now.
I mean, they've got to share the brutality around the family, so they can't have one family member do everything, you know?
What? No, what are you doing?
What?
What?
Cat's in the bag.
Cat's in the bag.
These are the kind of people that cause worldwide pandemics. You know, if you think about, Walking
Yeah.
Dead, 28 days later, you think, how did it all begin? Started with people like this.
Obviously hold to blade them out, so Harvey Weinstein can do his thing. If you just see it next week at silver screen.
What?
If you just see it next week at silver screen.
Oh. No, you've got Cats and Silver Screen. But that's just as horrifying.
I want to do a commentary on Cats.
I've never walked out of a film before. I didn't want to see Cats, but because it's the last day, I thought I'd go in just for a little bit, and I walked out after about half an hour. It's the first time I've ever walked out of a film.
What? It was that.
Cats, it was terrible, yeah.
What was
Couldn't
the,
bear it anymore, I just had to
what was the
leave.
terror about it?
Everything.
Well, like Tom Cooper's a good
I just felt uncomfortable watching it. More uncomfortable than I am watching this film.
Right, it's because Tom Cooper's a good director though.
He's made The King's Speech, which was great. Les Mis was pretty good.
Name is alright, but John Adams.
The Danish Girl was alright. Quite good. And then he made Cats.
Do you reckon that will mess up his career, or do he just move on?
He'll just move on. Normally directors can have like a few bad films and then just get away with it. They'll give them a budget to make another film.
Yeah.
Even M. Night Shyamalan
Oh, he's terrible.
has a bit of a resurgence recently.
No, his resurgence was Split.
No, well maybe The Visit.
Yeah,
Because he was making blockbuster movies before, up until that point, which had been getting worse and worse reviews, and then he decided to go the indie route and make his own movie with a small budget. That received like moderate reviews, and then he made Split.
And there is a sequel to this film though.
A sequel?
Yeah, there's a Nekromantik Part 2, which we talked about in the last review. And there's also, what was the other? 2 films. Nymphomaniac, which has 2 parts as well. Oh no! Oh! What? Has he got no bones?
No,
He's just knocked his head off with a shovel.
Yeah. The fact he knocked his head off with the shovel is just more impressive. It'll get worse. It'll get a bit worse. Don't worry.
Right, we've got 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
What haven't I seen yet?
Yeah, what happens in 5 minutes? You say it gets worse.
What? Oh, stop. Why are you laughing?
Okay.
The ending is really fucked up.
Oh no.
Did I just see that?
Reversing the footage.
Oh my god.
Oh. This is worse than seeing an Antichrist.
Oh shit.
If you've seen the
I haven't seen.
Have you seen that scene in the Antichrist? This is worse.
Oh, that's fucked up. He's going nowhere. And he's coming. And he's killing himself. What fucking is that? He's basically killing himself slowly, innit?
Well, he needs to be kind of alive so he can at least get the gratification in what he's doing.
This is this happy music playing. You're like, what?
Which is nice though, actually.
Funny thing is, you're gonna have to edit this.
Oh god, I'm gonna listen to it over and over again because I'm very like OCD about this kind of stuff, especially when it comes to editing. So
Great.
you two are alright. You don't have to edit it.
But you have to remember.
I don't have to watch it,
But you have to
I'm going to remember the visuals by hearing it.
I like how he has just a wooden crucifix for his grave. Or who comes back?
Oh, it's a lady, isn't it?
She's still on the loose.
She's
Which
with
one?
her friend.
Betty,
No, what's she called? She called it something, isn't it?
our friend.
Oh, no.
Hey, what a twist.
I wasn't expecting that.
So
what do I say?
What did you two think of Nekromantik?
Oh,
I've got no words for it at this moment in time.
speechless. But at the same time, like it was interesting.
Quite concerned for your mental well-being, Jamie.
What? Because I suggested this film.
Well, you chose the film based on the artwork, but there's more to it than that, isn't there?
Yeah.
I literally bought it because
So if you look at the back, it tells you what bit about it. So it's got sex, sexual violence, necrophilia in it.
We'll have to have. I want to try and get God Machine to come on the podcast and him explain his thought process behind the artwork he does and how he decides what work he does.
Yeah, do you know him
I know him.
personally?
Personally, I know him for a
So
few
you could get
years.
him to come to your flat.
Well, no, probably do like a Skype call kind of podcast.
That'd be interesting, actually.
So when I see him next, in August,
Mm.
I'll ask him if he'll come on the podcast.
That's going to be an interesting discussion. I'll just do what I did with when I met Tommy Wiseau, and just pretend that I love the film because I interviewed him a few years ago at uni, and we were told before we met with him, you can't say anything critical about the film because apparently Tommy doesn't like it. So I just went along with it. I said it was great, and I pretended that I knew the meaning to everything that he
It
intended.
is great.
Well, in a different way, yeah. But he probably, I don't know what's going through his head.
Well, because Tommy Wiseau, it's interesting that he's made a terrible film, but he's made a lot of money off it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, the only reason it picked up was because they kept it. There's a group of college students who demanded that it was screened like once a month at one cinema somewhere in the US.
Yeah.
And because of like those two students, it's very slowly over like 3 or 4 years gained a cult following.
Nekromantik was no budget, but this movie had no budget.
No budget.
You could tell it had no budget. It had documentary footage of a rabbit.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's the only way they'd be able to like include that scene in the film anyway.
Yeah.
If the rabbit was being killed anyway, because like you say, apparently some people like rabbit meat.
Yeah.
So they decided to jump in there and capture the rabbit being killed.
No, but like, Lee, if you look at it, because you're a filmmaker, both of us are actually, but you know, if you need a shot like that, you go to a farm and just say, look, I need a shot of you slicing a goat.
You just
Don't
say, do what you do best, and we'll film it.
Yeah, and they're more than happy to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
because
they
they do it
will-
all the time.
I think that's what happened, is they just went, can you skin alive a rabbit?
But I don't know if the main character in this was an established necrophiliac and murderer, and they decided to do film some documentary footage of him doing what he does best.
I think, like, okay, question, like, whenever when I look at even a theatre piece or anything, you want to ask you 3 questions, like, what you like to buy, or what you like love to buy, and what would you like change. I would, for one thing, move forward with this film, I would actually want more to know about the character, the main guy, probably a reason why he feels like this, maybe that lacked.
This film,
Do you know what I mean? Like, it had good ideas. I like the idea, and you know, it's like, as a spectator of film,
Yeah.
I like some films like.
this film isn't a character study. It's,
Yeah.
it's more of a social commentary.
Yeah.
So the characters in it are deliberately like one-dimensional.
Well, it's Grindhouse. It's
Yeah.
proper Grindhouse.
Yeah.
Actual Grindhouse.
So it has something to say, I
Yeah.
guess, but they're not concerning themselves with giving the characters a lot of depth. I think if they did that, it definitely wouldn't be as graphic as it was. I don't think they'd just focus on the murders and the material acts. I think they'd focus more on his psychology, and I mean, you got a little bit of that with the dream sequences.
Yeah.
You can kind of see into his head, but then the dreams and the reality were merging together quite a lot anyway. Visually they were different, but I think he was just the same in the dream as he was in real life, so we kind of already knew a little bit about him anyway on the surface. Yeah, so we might come back for Nekromantik Part 2 if I can stomach it.
I mean, like, for us, it was just unexpected. It's like,
For you, I can imagine, it was really unexpected.
Whoa.
I kind of knew a little bit about it going in.
Right.
Only certain scenes that obviously I've not seen it in quite a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sequel's not as bad,
Right.
but it's still a pretty messed up film.
Right.
So thank you for listening to this commentary of Nekromantik.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully
it's
we'll
been a lot of fun.
Hopefully do the second film.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Can't guarantee it, but we might do the second part.
I mean, if we could stomach it, but thank you guys for inviting me.
Would you rather watch something more light-hearted next time?
Mate, I don't really mind. I reckon we should, if we can, have time, probably get like a South Korean sort of film. Maybe look at Old Boy.
Yeah, well, we did Parasite last time. Obviously, that won the Oscar this year, 2020 Oscars, 92nd Academy Award Oscars. Yeah, I've seen a few like South Korean films.
Yeah,
Train to Busan's really good.
I've seen I Saw the Devil.
Yeah, well, that's more in line with the kind of stuff that we've been watching recently. So, yeah, maybe we'll do that one.
And Chaser as well. There's a film called Chaser. But anyway, thank you guys for having me.
It's alright. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back hopefully soon, and Don't forget to check out our other reviews on YouTube. Yeah, this is the first time we've ever done a commentary, isn't it? So
Kind of new
it might be the last time we do a commentary. So see you later.